Hi, I'm Murray, and this is my website creation overview video. If you've stumbled across this video, you can look me up at fiverr.com/creativeman. So if you're looking to get a website made, you're in the right place, you're watching the right video. I'm going to be walking through these 5 things with you in this video. We're going to talk about domains and hosting, website pricing. I'm going to show you some website examples. I'm going to talk about the project time frame, and most importantly, I'm going to talk about how to request a quote. And if you haven't seen my gig video, it's just over a minute long. I'll share it with you now, and that'll explain my website creation gig, and then I'll come back and go through all these 5 things. Hi, I'm Murray, also known as Creative Man here on Fiverr. In this gig, our studio will create a modern WordPress website. Way back in 2013, I wrote an ebook teaching people how to create WordPress websites. I sold hundreds of copies here on Fiverr. Fast forward to now, and I still recommend WordPress websites over any of these amateur website platforms. Sure, you can put together a site on these platforms, but you'll soon discover after a few months that these sites are very limited and unflexible. Today, I manage a team of expert web developers. Our studio will create a responsive website, which means it will look smart and function well on desktops, smartphones, and tablets. Communication is really important. English is my native language, and there won't be any language barriers between us if English is your main language. This is the ordering process. Message me for live examples. See my YouTube overview video where I explain more of what each plan offers. You fill in an intake form. I talk with my team and I come back to you with an exact quote. You buy your own domain and hosting. Purchase the offer on Fiverr. Our team works on the website project. Project is completed and you get WordPress admin access. Check out my Creative Man profile. I can grow your brand with ad campaigns, do social media marketing, video marketing, and much more. Message me today. So the first time I went and bought a domain name for a website was probably in about 2005, 2006, sometime around then. I can't remember all the options back then, but I do remember first starting out with companies like GoDaddy. They had a lot of advertising back then, and they still do today. But over time, if this is your first time buying a domain name for a website, you're going to discover that there's so many different companies out there and they're all offering very different things. But a lot of them use really deceptive gimmicks, like really cheap for the first year, and then they ping you with a really high fee in subsequent years when you renew your domain. I've looked at many different companies, and this is an area of your digital marketing where you can be frugal and not actually be compromising quality at the same time. So my preferred domain provider is NameSilo, and I want to give you 8 reasons why I think they're better than pretty much all the competition. Number 1, $8.99 for a .com domain for 1 year. They're totally transparent on their pricing. Number 2, no hidden upcharges or renewal fees, because there's so many other companies like GoDaddy and other companies out there that will give you a really cheap first year offer of maybe $5, $3, $1 for a domain. And then hello, when it comes renewal time, suddenly you've got all these extra fees, like the domain price might be $14.99 or $22 a year. But they don't make that really clear when you first buy it. So you can buy a domain really cheap and you can get so distracted on so many other things that suddenly if you want to keep that domain going into the future, you're paying all these extra fees. And if you started acquiring lots of different domain names, that can really mount up over time. The third reason I like NameSilo is there's no ICANN fees on top. It's all inclusive. So what is an ICANN fee? The Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. This is like the overall governing body for internet domains all around the whole world. So they charge a mandatory annual fee of 18 cents for each year of domain registration, renewal, or transfer. Where applicable, the ICANN fee will be added to the listed price for the domain at the time of purchase and itemized in your shopping cart. So most domain providers will just tack that on top without telling you. You'll find that just appear in the checkout. But with NameSilo, it's all inclusive, so there's no surprise additional fees. Whois privacy is free, and that means that no one can just look up your domain and find out your contact details, because you've got to register all your contact details when you buy a domain name. And I remember using GoDaddy and other services, and you'll get people emailing you, trying to bring you over to their domain platform, their hosting packages. You'll even get physical mail, which is a real nuisance. So when you get whois privacy, no one can know that you actually own that domain. Number 5, with NameSilo, the SSL certificates are only $9. Now this is really good because most places you look, when you go to get an SSL certificate, you're paying $25 to $100 per SSL certificate. SSL certificates are essential. That makes your website link HTTPS which means people will trust it. Google will allow people to click your link and go through to your website, because without a HTTPS padlock inside Chrome browser, you won't even be able to reach your website. So that even defeats the purpose of even having a website. So it is totally essential to get an SSL certificate, and NameSilo has the cheapest SSL certificates as well as what I think are the cheapest domains. Number 6, NameSilo has hosting from just $2.39, which is super competitive. It is shared hosting, but most websites, when you're first starting out with a website, that's all you need is a shared hosting package. When your website's getting a huge amount of traffic, that's when you want to start looking at dedicated IPs and paying a lot more for your hosting. But initially, most people, 95% of people, a shared hosting plan is enough. Number 7, which is probably the most important thing, is their support is second to none. I can personally vouch for this. I've used their support many times. It's a simple chat in the corner. You speak to a real human being, and they do really offer really excellent tech support, really newbie friendly. If you don't know anything about domains, they can walk you through everything. And number 8, I've got a coupon. If you do want to go through NameSilo, inside the coupon box when you go to checkout, type in my Fiverr username, which is Creative Man, and you'll get a $1 discount. I'm actually going to give you a demonstration now. I'm going to go and buy a domain right now and show you how this process works. So we're on namesilo.com, and at the time of making this video, they've changed their front website. They had a different look before, so when I log in on the back office, it looks quite different. And I want to get the domain bestpromotools.com. And they've got a special on. It's normally $8.99, but it's $7.99. Click search. I'm going to click add. I can add on other features like hosting, but right now I'm just wanting to buy the domain. I'm going to click checkout. And this is where it looks a bit different on the inside here. So leave this as default, auto renew, privacy setting, always do who is privacy. Just wait a second or two there. Okay, now with that on, no one's going to be able to spam me by email or physical mail because I've got privacy on. And there's no cost to that. I get a small additional discount because I use NameSilo a lot. It's just an extra 10 cents, so it's saying $7.89 there. My promotional code is Creative Man. And you can use that too. Just type in Creative Man, click submit. You can see it's given me an extra discount of $1. So it's now just $6.89. I'm going to click continue now. You can pay with Bitcoin or credit card, but there's like a discount program as well, which I'm using. I click that, accept terms, place order. And my order's been processed, and then you can click up here, manage your domains from there. And anytime you've got questions, click the support here and just click send a message. And they're really responsive, under 5 minutes, and you can see their hosting offer of $2.39. If you want hosting as well, you'd click there. Okay, now let's look at website pricing. So I have many ways to price a website. I have a home page cost and an inner page cost. And we've got 3 tiers on Fiverr: basic, standard, and premium. The higher plan obviously has a better design and more widgets, and it's just a lot more impressive. The basic is basic, and the standard is obviously in between these two. So if our studio builds your website on the basic package, it's $490 for the home page, and the inner pages are $130 each. This is for design, creation, and setup. It does not include things like text or other kind of work. Standard plan is $820 and inner page is $170, premium $1,500 and inner page $350. So the prices do not include copywriting, image purchase, SEO, or monthly hosting. And it's important to note that all websites, regardless of package, will be mobile responsive with SEO optimized, unique copy if copy is requested, and meta tags ready to be indexed on search engines. So let me give you some examples. And by the way, I can give you the spreadsheet when you message me on Fiverr. So let's look at one of the basic ones. New Vision Construction. So this one doesn't have a logo, but I recommend that you get a logo made. It's got 3 pages, a home page, a services page, and a contact us page. And it doesn't mean that you're limited to 3 pages with the basic plan. You know, you could have a home page and you could have 10 inner pages on the basic plan. You're just buying that particular style. So we've got a call to action button here, request a free quote. You click it. So it looks really smart, shows everything that they do. And you know, we've got a call to action button, call us now. We click that and people can call the business straight away. So this is mobile responsive. Got an image bar of what they do here. Got request a free quote. Takes people through the contact page. Shows where they are, footer area. and got a services page. Yeah, really smart. So home page $4.90, inner page $130 for this style. Let me show you a standard plan. Let's click on one of these here. So this is a nicer designed website. We've got a lot more pages on this one. Got a nice call to action here. Get a free estimate, which is click to call. Your dream home is in magical hands. You can see all the different services. Know more about us. Nice footer with social icons. And talk to our experts. Click to call. And by the way, even if the viewer is not on a mobile device, if they have click to call activated, it'll show up as a notification on their phone that it is connected to their Chrome browser. So it's still effective even on desktops. You have services section here. Again, all the different services. Got a gallery section. Which is pretty impressive. You can click on it, scroll through. It's a very clean, very fast website, optimized, very to the point. So let's look at how much that's going to cost. So that was 4 inner pages on the standard plan. 4 times 170 equals 680 plus 820 on the home page, 1500. So that's pretty much what it's going to cost. Once you've filled in the intake form and I talk about it with my team, I'm going to come back to you with an exact quote. Now let's look at a premium plan. So this is quite a fancy one. You know, they're in the window business, so they've got these fancy sliders, a bit like a window. And if we go and click on it, it's got drop-down navigation menus, all these different pages connected here. And it just looks really smart. Got frequently asked questions as well. And for the premium plan, we can also do e-commerce pages. Basically, you could find any website you like, show us some examples of what you want, and we can come back to you with a quote. Obviously, we'd change out images and text and content and logos so that reflects your business. Now, additional costs you should take into consideration: publishing, so DNS setup and taking the site live. I've actually now waived that price now. Monthly hosting, I touched on that before. You could use NameSilo at $2.39 a month, or you could go with any other hosting firm that you like. So you'll have your own hosting fees with your own hosting company. Maintenance charges, no monthly fees, as not possible on Fiverr. It's outside their terms and conditions. You'll get WordPress access to be able to edit your site. Now let's look at the tiers matrix. Basically, this tells you what's in basic, standard, and premium. So from a package perspective, you know, why is basic plan $130 for an inner page, standard plan $170, and premium $350? It's because of this. Okay, responsive, all plans, you're getting a mobile responsive website. Sticky header, this is where the header or menu area sticks to the top and moves down with you as you scroll down a page. Usually has a strong call to action. It's not included in basic, but it is included in standard and premium. Drop down navigation, so let's say you want your menu navigation to have more than one layer, not just take you to a specific page, but when you hover over it, you have a drop down from it, you know, like this. Links you through to the other pages in that way. No on basic, yes on standard and premium. Image slider, basic only has a static banner, meaning it doesn't move, it doesn't animate or move left or right. But with standard plan, you can have up to 3 images, premium plan 6 images. Video background, no on basic plan, yes in standard and premium. Animation, no on basic, yes in standard and premium. Custom HTML and CSS, no in basic, no in standard, yes in premium if you want it. It basically all boils down to man hours. The widgets and what you see here is translated into man hours, and that's why it's priced like this. Call to action widgets like click to call, etc. Yes on all plans. Forms, 1 on basic, 2 on standard, 5 on premium. Image editing, if you want our team to edit, let's say you have an image you want to use, but you want the background to be cropped and the colors to be tweaked, or the filter to be, I don't know, more lively. You know, we're not going to edit the main image in basic plan, but yes for standard and premium plan. Video embedding, no in basic, yes in standard and premium. Pop-ups, which is a good call to action. So let's say an exit pop-up or a pop-up after someone scrolls down more than 50% of the page. It pops up some sort of offer. not included in basic, yes in standard and premium. And tables, just because they take a lot of time to create. For example, a long pricing table is not included in basic, but yes in standard and premium. At the end of the day though, this is just to give you some sort of reference. I'll give you an exact quote once you've filled out the intake form. And here we have on this tab, revisions and additional services. I actually want to start here because this one's very, very important. Our studio will write the copy for you. Our studio realizes that, many people coming to us for websites struggle to come up with writing copy. You don't have to give us that much info. If you have some sort of info about the business specifically, like when you're founded, then definitely tell us those sorts of things. And especially if you don't already have a website before this, or a Yelp or a Facebook page that tells us a lot of these things. Like let's say you had a kitchen remodeling business. Once you give us a few websites of competitors, we can put together your services based off the services of your competitors. And because we've built thousands of websites from that service base, our studio already knows what to write. You may ask for a few tweaks, but we know what to do without you doing anything. So website content writing in English, that's $60 per 250 words. Additionally, if you want graphics like a logo or whatever, that's $70 per hour. Whatever you need, but you can ask for quotes. And here we have revisions. So let's say the website is done, it's post live. The website is live. Now you want some updates. It all boils down to man hours. You want text and image replacements and edits up to 30 minutes. That's $27 an hour. You have a service you want to change or a new service, text image additions, and this is not revisions. So medium, let's say you want another text box with another service on your service page, another element, that's 30 minutes up to 60 minutes, that's $55 an hour. And complex, 1 hour or more, new request, whatever it is, whatever you want, $70 an hour. And development, new functionality, third-party integrations. If you wanted us to, for example, create a JavaScript calculator that does calorie calculations for a diet website or whatever it is, it'll be priced at $75 an hour. But you wouldn't know exactly what it means because how many hours does it actually take to create a calculator? So again, the easiest thing to do is to find something online, send it to us, and say, look, I want this, and maybe say, I want this, but with this additional feature, or without this part. How much is it? And then our studio will send you back a quote, which I'll set up for you on Fiverr. So you can view this chart to get a basic understanding of the costs, then fill out our intake form to get an exact quote. And in terms of project timing, it really varies from project to project, between 1 week for a 1 to 2 page website up to 4 or 5 weeks for a 10-page website. Before you order, I'll give you this client intake form so that my studio and I know exactly what kind of website you're wanting. So just need your personal name, Fiverr username, email address, business brand name, your niche industry, your address. How many pages would you like? So let's say you wanted a home page, a services page, and an about page. That would be 3 pages, so you'd put 3 in here like that. Can we take images from your existing website? If it's applicable, you might not have an existing website, but if you do, click yes or no. What are your social links? So maybe you've got a Yelp, that would have a lot of your business information, your Facebook business page in your About tab, that would have a lot of business information as well, your Instagram link, YouTube link. These can be social icons on your website for more social proof. And with your images, if you've got them on a Google Drive or Dropbox link, you could put that link in here. That could include your logo, etc. Will you provide us with the images and logo? Yes, no. And you can put those images in a cloud link, to Google Drive or Dropbox. Content to be written by us? Yes, no, or certain pages only. Please explain breakdown, e.g. you will write about page and 3 other pages written by us. So you write, I will write about page, you will write 3 services pages. What is the objective of the website? Is it branding? Is it lead gen? Is it sales? Is it to book more appointments, get more leads? Okay, what problem would you like to solve by getting this website done? Please elaborate as much as you can to make it very clear for my team who will build your website. So let's say you've already got an online presence, but your current website just isn't converting. So you want to explain that here, that you're wanting to get more conversions from your website. List the key features that are outside what you'd see on a normal website. So on a normal website, you're going to have text, images, contact us page, but you might want some additional things like chat, event calendar, Calendly, integration. This is where you'll type that here. Do you need any third-party integration? So let's say you wanted your MailChimp newsletter connected. So you type in MailChimp here, add your login details to any third-party platforms that you're wanting to integrate with. What is your estimated go live date? When are you wanting to launch your website? Remember, standard plan, if it's around 5 pages, it might be around 3 weeks to do, or 4 weeks, or maybe a bit longer if it's a 10-page or e-com site, slightly longer. If it's a small 1-2 page, it might be done within a week. Now, sample websites, this is critical. If I can give you one tip about getting the best, most relevant pricing you can for exactly what you want, is to find a competitor online with a website that you like and include those website links and say, look, I'd like the same website without pages A, B, and C, and I want a different design, and I don't need the calculator. That would be it. That would give us the appropriate visual demonstration of exactly what you want. That would be the clearest way to communicate what you want. So I highly recommend you do that. It'll mean there'll be a lot less backwards and forward discussion. We'll know exactly what you want then, because it all boils down to man hours. And if you can communicate that really clearly on this form, that means there's going to be less revisions, if any, because revisions take time and obviously everything boils down to man hours. So sharing a competitor's website online and explaining what you like and don't like about it, that will go a long way for my team to understand exactly what it is that you're wanting. And then just click submit. So we'll talk to you soon. Okay, cheers. Right, bye-bye.